again, what you're teaching is such a powerful, powerful knowledge. And me personally, I don't think you're teaching a secret to the world that I don't think a lot of people deserve to even know it just now.
When that person comes down in the morning, they look at themselves in the mirror and they go, I'm pretty satisfied. Fuck it, is what it is. They ain't going to change anything. Yeah. It's that person that wakes up, looks in the mirror and say, I ain't satisfied with this. I want more for myself. Yeah. Dissatisfied is a creative state. Yeah. That makes you move. That makes you move in. That makes you move into action.
As in the heavens, so below.
Yeah, like if you're watching this, write this down. As within, so without. If you are lacking limitation within, your outside's going to show it, right? Yeah. The rich get richer because they have the mindset of abundance. And when you have the mindset of abundance and you believe that you're worthy and deserving of lots of money, you can't help but attract it. I attract money all the time.
People need to watch this on repeat and try and understand what this guy's trying to say, because I usually debate with people on podcasts and I like to...
And then soon that old idea gets taken out of the subconscious mind. This new idea gets fixed in your subconscious mind, controls your vibration, then your behavior changes, and then your results change. That's exactly how you change your paradigm. Yeah. You need a target. You need something to get out of bed for, something to live for. Yeah. Something to wake up for.
So, sorry to interrupt you. How do you study you?
How do I study me?
Yes. What do you study? What do you look for when you study you?
And faith and fear, they both demand us to believe in something that we can't see. The opposite of fear is faith, okay? Yeah. Faith leads to a body that's at ease.
Yeah.
Okay?
At ease.
You're at ease. It's it's opposite to disease, right? And you express it and then you become creative.
This is beautiful.
Very beautiful. It's amazing.
I like the way you put it together. I wish I could see. I'm not as good as articulating this idea as you, and you just nailed it. People need to watch this on repeat and try and understand what this guy's trying to say, because I usually debate with people on podcasts and I like to challenge ideas, but that is by far maybe the best articulation of this particular issues that most people struggle with.
Most people, let's say if someone's struggling with depression, let's go back. Depression is anger turned inwards. Depression comes because you're suppressing your anxiety, right? Your anxiety is coming because you're living in the emotional state of fear. Right. But the fear is coming from a conscious level. You're worrying and doubting. And you're worrying and doubting because you're ignorant. You don't know how your mind works. So what do we need to do? I would recommend a person wake up an hour early and they study every single day. I'm up at 5:30 a.m. and I'm studying me every single day. I want to know how I work, how I operate.
Sorry to interrupt you. How do you study you?
How do I study me?
Yes. What do you study? What do you look for when you study you?
I study this material around the conscious mind, the subconscious mind.
Right. So the human body, me means the human.
Yeah.
Me.
My study routine. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. every single day.
Yes.
Okay. Then I say my written statement. So this is a statement that I've created around my goal. Okay. Right. Because when we first wake up in the morning, you know how you're a bit like, whoa. That's because your conscious mind is not really awake. So the things that you read, the things that you say first thing in the morning, they go straight into the subconscious. So I read my goal card. As soon as I wake up out of bed, I want to make sure the first thing my eyes see is my goal. If a person doesn't have a goal, they're lost.
True.
They're lost.
It's like putting a ship into the sea with no destination.
You won't get on the ship, right?
No, but if you send a ship into the ocean with no GPS destination, it'll just float into a desert island.
Imagine coming out of your driveway in your car in the morning.
You don't know where you're going.
How the fuck would you know to go left or to go right? Yeah. You won't know where to go, right? So I know, like, I've got you need a goal. You need a goal.
Target, yeah.
You need a target. You need something to get out of bed for, something to live for.
Yeah.
Something to wake up for, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So I look at my goal, then I make a coffee, and I have an accountability group. Right, so I have 3 people that are waiting for me on a Zoom every single morning. Because we take out insurance on our car, we take out insurance on our house. Most people don't take out insurance on the goals. And accountability is an insurance policy against failure, right? So if you get a group of friends or like-minded people who want to change their life and you commit, we're going to wake up at 6 a.m. and we're going to study, right? But before I get on the Zoom, I always write down 10 things that I'm grateful for. I'll write down every single day, because gratitude hooks us up to the source of supply, right?
Beautiful, I agree.
So what I do is I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for that I've got. It could be I woke up this morning, it could be my mum, it could be my children, it could be my morning coffee, and then I'll write down 5 things that I want to manifest, but I'll write them in present tense like I've already got them. Then what I'll do is I'll get on the Zoom, and I always get a program. I always find someone who is getting the results that you want, okay, and then do exactly what they tell you to do. I always say to people, if you do exactly what I tell you to do, I can help you get anything that you want. Because I understand how the mind operates. It's not ignorance.
It's not ignorance.
Not ignorance, arrogance. It's just we're dealing with universal principles. This means that it works every single time for every single person, like the law of gravity, right?
Yes.
So right now, I'm studying the program that I facilitate. It's called Thinking into Results. And we
Good title.
Yeah, because what most people do is they let their results control their thinking.
Yeah.
They look at their current income or their current situation. They look in the outside world and they let that control their thinking.
Yeah.
But no, what we want to do is get our thinking to produce our results.
Produce the results.
Yeah. So I study that for 45 minutes, and then the rest of the day is for business related tasks, income producing activities. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So that is fantastic. You just draw my attention. There's nothing I could have stopped you to rectify on what you just said, because it does matches to my understanding of things up to where I am right now. There's different avenues of getting to this and different way of wording them. Some people speak about the inside feelings, like the movie Inside Out. There's a lot of different things, but it still gets to the same point. And what do you think, you're doing this program and dealing with people and helping so many people. What is the main thing that people come to you and they're struggling with and they want to get an understanding on most of the time?
Yeah,
they call it Joel.
Yeah.
What's most people's hardest thing to overcome, if I might put it like that?
Money. Yeah, most people don't know how to earn money because school never teaches us how to earn money.
Right.
Yeah. So money.
I wouldn't think of it like that.
And also being I wake up every day, and I'm just so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm on fire because I'm doing something that I love. Like, if you're doing a job that you don't like, get out of it, man. Get out of it.
Yeah.
We don't go to work for money. We go to work for satisfaction. So if you're not loving what you do, you're going to have a tough ride. So a lot of people come to me to increase their income, and I'm very good at it because your subconscious mind controls your income.
Right.
Someone can believe that or they cannot believe it. It doesn't change the universal law. It's still true. Someone can believe that gravity is real or not. Listen, if a black man jumps off a building, a white man jumps off a building, or a Chinese man jumps off a building, they're all going one way and it's down, right? There's a law called the law of vibration. Your subconscious mind controls your feelings. Feeling is a word that we made up to describe the vibration that we're in. So if you're not feeling good, what you're basically saying is, I'm not on a good vibration. Do you know when you're on a not good vibration, all you can attract to you is not good things?
Yeah. But the thing where I like to correct you there is you can't always choose exactly what you love and live by exactly what you love, because you've got artists that a lot of the times don't make it. And then you've got guys that I know they become millionaires by selling superhero costumes, but they don't give a fuck about superhero costumes. Again, you have to find a niche that you enjoy the journey and the ride and to work and to grow. Some people don't enjoy the actual job, but they enjoy the growth. So enjoying the growth it's still similar to. Do you know what I mean? So
it is similar, but you need to go and speak to them people that have made millions then, because we don't go to work to earn money. We provide service to earn money. We go to work for satisfaction. So you can, if you love golf, right? You can build a business around golf, but you can have multiple sources of income coming in from other places.
Right.
We provide service to earn money, but we should go to work for satisfaction. It should make you feel satisfied and fulfilled. That's the best way to live. You don't, trust me, you don't want, if you analyze.
What about a multi-million-pound company that provides bricks, that has a brick manufacturer? Do you think then people care about bricks?
Maybe not. Andrew Carnegie, who was the first billionaire in the world, like, he didn't know anything about steel, but he would have went to work in different places for satisfaction.
Yeah, like I do the podcast for satisfaction.
100%.
People could subscribe to this.
100%.
And make me feel good if they do, but I don't really care if they don't. I'm not really. I do it fully for.
Yeah. Okay.
Giving back as a civil. Yeah. So I understand.
So with the brick and mortar business, if that person's doing that, they're providing service to earn money. Yeah. Right. But then you can delegate that. You can have people looking after that for you, and you can go to work for satisfaction.
That's
Makes
sense.
Yeah.
You have to have that thing in when you, like I said, you can like the journey. You can like the. I think low key they still get satisfied with something, because you can't have the drive. You are right. You can't really have the drive to keep going if somewhere, somehow, you feel that satisfaction, because it's a lot of work to be put in to be successful with zero satisfaction, if you think about it. So yeah, you are right. Yeah.
Well,
thinking about it on a deeper level. Yeah.
I think being dissatisfied is a super creative state. It's a very creative state. Let's take a person that's not feeling the best. Let's say they're depressed and they're obese, right? If that person comes down in the morning, they look at themselves in the mirror and they go, I'm pretty satisfied. Fuck it, is what it is. They ain't gonna change anything. Yeah. It's that person that wakes up, looks in the mirror and say, I ain't satisfied with this. I want more for myself. Yeah. Dissatisfied is a creative state. Yeah. That makes you move. That makes you move. That makes you move into action. 100%.
Or makes you want to work it out, make the most out of it, and then pull out. Do you know what I mean? And, right, I'm going to graft it off, and that's the 5 years, and then just retire. Do you know what I mean? It might be getting the drive to do that. It's very complex. The world is a very complex thing. But like I said, people like you, that actually, I've had a good friend of mine was a meditation coach. I've learned a few interesting things. Similar way of you, but it is a completely different vibration. You know what I mean? But at core is whatever makes you. It's like steel and metal and silver and gold. It depends what you're made of as well. If you might have been gone through a rough time, but if at core you're made out of gold, you're just a rough piece of gold. But if you find that whatever you made from, the shine will come out. But I've seen people that they're just made out of steel. And you can polish it as much as you want. We have to keep polishing it because it'll rust eventually. It'll get. Do you know what I mean? We're not all made exactly the same material at core.
I believe we are.
So that's where the difference is.
Sure.
I don't believe.
I believe. I believe if you can, if you can hear my voice now, I could show you how to turn your yearly income into a monthly income in 6 months. There's only one mind. And what you said there's a good point, right? Polishing the steel. We should always polish our steel every single day.
Again, what you're teaching is such a powerful knowledge. And me personally, I don't think you're teaching a secret to the world that I don't think a lot of people deserve to even know it just now.
Why not?
I don't know.
One person changed my world.
Like I said, because you went looking for it so much. You know what I mean? But now, because the information is widely available to people, I don't think most people deserve it. And I might sound selfish to say this. And you might be the good guy that teaches everyone something that I don't want everyone to. I mean, not me personally. I don't think that people deserve to know it.
Yeah, well,
because like I said, I might be the bad guy here, but I just don't think because you've got. We spoke about red pill, blue pill things, yeah? You've got the random guy that's been working in a factory or whatever, or he's been doing a job that he was enjoying, watching the football at the weekend. He's in the bus going to work. All of a sudden, he's at the red pill or blue pill moment. He's phoning in sick. He thinks he's destined for greatness. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? It can create disruptions in the system where people think they're different than what they are. They go on a path where they don't have what it takes. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing you're teaching people, and then it'll be a waste of knowledge and a waste of energy to give all this information to someone that's not really willing to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You're giving it's like people winning the lottery. They get 10 million, and the universe just gave 10 million to a waste of.
Yeah, but they'll never hold it.
They never hold it. Within a year, everything's gone. It's a waste of gift. So people that are looking for stuff like this, they have to be really, really careful what they asking for. And maybe you do a triage, say, and then whoever deserves to know it.
Oh, you can't just come and work with me.
Right.
No, look, it's not about. I
like that.
Yeah, I make.
I would do a full-on triage. If you ask out of 20 questions, 10 wrong, you can't have it. It's a full gift.
I don't do it like that. But I want to find out what a person wants. I want to make them want it, right? Because desire, if you're going to achieve anything, desire is the first step. You've got to want it, right? And it ain't even about the money for me. If a person's not willing to do exactly what I tell them to do, take your money back. I don't want to work with you. I'm under the impression if I help people get what they want, I'll eventually get what I want. You know, this material. I'm
powerful.
I'm happy. I'm so healthy. I never get sick.
Yeah.
And I've always got money. Do you know what I mean? Annually, you know, annually, if you annualize over the next 12 months, what I make a month, we're on track for, and I have no team, I have no one apart from myself. We're on track for, I think, approximately £680,000 in a 12-month period.
Yeah,
and it's all from your conscious awareness. Right. You see, all the money that there ever will be, it exists right now. Yeah. The only reason that someone else hasn't got it because they're not aware of it. Right now, it's funny what you said about lottery winners, right? Because a lot of people look at, let's say, footballers and think they're lucky, right? Do you know if you equal the money in the world out between everyone and give everyone an equal amount, in a short period of time, everyone would have the same amount back again? Exactly. Yeah. This balance. Yeah. You could shut down my business, take my credit cards, right? Because my business,
give it to the poor.
Yeah. My business is not creating my income. My vibration is. Because I've got a prosperity consciousness which anyone can develop. However, if a person has a poverty consciousness and they win the lottery, you cannot hold on to it. You'll self-sabotage. It has to leave. It has to leave.
So what would you say to these people that constantly, because I'm hearing it all the time and it angers me, because I work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I hear people say, and I'm not the richest guy. I'm not rich. I don't consider myself rich at all. So let's not make it sound like that. But people say to me, oh, the rich always get richer, the poor get poorer, it's not fair. Well, because he can't match the energy. Do you know what I mean? If I'm working 12 hours a day and I'm heading in a certain direction and I get there, it's not because the unfairness or whatever. Yeah. It's because I don't go to bed until I finish my to-do list.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not about it's not about working
and cheat codes as well and the rest. But yeah,
it's not about how many hours you put in. It's about your vibration. I can work 2 hours a day. Some days I might not work. Right. It's not about how much. Obviously, we've got to take actions within our business, and we all get the same amount of time. But the reason why the rich get richer is because as within, so without. Like if you
as in the heavens, so below.
Yeah, like if you're watching this, write this down. As within, so without. If you are lacking limitation within, your outside's going to show it, right? Yeah. The rich get richer because they have the mindset of abundance. And when you have the mindset of abundance and you believe that you're worthy and deserving of lots of money, you can't help but attract it. I attract money all the time. growing up,
I'm lucky. I went and bought a scratch card once just as a game. Look, I've got it there.
yeah,
And I said to my daughter, look, if I'm buying a scratch card, this is how lucky I am.
yeah.
I'm gonna win. And look, I bought one win. I'm not bought one since because I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Mess around with my whoever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play with it, but that's one go, one win, just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, people buy scratch cards all day and they don't win.
Yeah.
I even told him. Remember, I actually believe if I put the lottery and I'll win it, but I don't want to jinx it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go round and start because like you're playing with the supreme power. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, believe in your belief will create the fact, right? If you believe you're a lucky person, I genuinely believe what makes you lucky is having a goal. The universe, the universe tends to give way to the person that knows exactly what they want and is willing to do anything legal and moral to get it. Like you need a target. You need something to get out of bed for, something to live for, something to wake up for. Yeah. You need a target. You need something to get out of bed for, something to live for, something to wake up for. Line. You see this earth that we're floating on in the middle of infinite space. I'd tear it up for my children. Yeah. Right? I'd do the same for my goal. Now, people say, well, Joel, what's it going to take for me to, let's say, 10x my income or, build a business? Listen, your goal's going to take whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Yeah.
Whatever it takes. And if you're 99% in, all I hear is that you're 100% out. I just had a great conversation with a guy in a sauna. He's struggling with, alcohol and stuff. Right. And I've been speaking to him, and I'm like, look, it's going to take whatever it takes, to give up. It's going to take whatever it takes. Are you willing to do exactly what I tell you to do? I give him an exercise to do. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You've got to want to change yourself. You've got to get up and say, do you know what? I'm going to do something about this, and go and get some help. Find someone that is living the way you want to live. Ask them what to do. If they charge you, pay it. It'd be the best decision you ever make. My biggest expense in my life is mentorship. I probably spent over 6 figures on mentorship because it's a cheat code, right? If you want to overcome depression, if you want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy, go and find someone that is happy, healthy, and wealthy. It's going to be so much easier, right? When we first start driving a car, imagine if we just got in that car ourselves. We'd be stalling, we'd be crashing. Yeah. No, we get a driving instructor. We learn with the driving instructor. They know how to do what it is that you want to do. And then after a while, you're probably driving now and you're speaking to the missus, you're looking at your kids in the back. You might even answer the phone. It becomes automatic. But you wouldn't have been able to get there as easy and as quickly as if you had an instructor. Go and find someone.
You've made me think, as I nearly forgot, this was one of the questions I was going to ask. I was that close to forgetting it. I have a couple of people that I know, and I've met a guy as well that spoke to me not long ago, and he's got an alcohol problem. Yeah. And he said to me, I'm scared for next time I'm drinking.
Yeah, I just spoke to him.
Yeah. I'm scared for next time. You know which ones I'm talking about.
I just literally left and spoke to him.
Yeah, I'm scared for next time. And the guy is so fully aware that he shouldn't be drinking, is heading towards disaster in a train with no brakes, fully conscious, but he knows he's gonna drink. But how do you tell a person like that to derail that train?
I've just told him exactly what to do. We're talking about the same person.
Exactly. How do we tell this guy? Okay. How do we tell this guy to derail the train?
I've already told him, but I'll explain on
There's a lot of people right now watching that have exactly the same issue.
Okay.
They're heading straight to the ditch, but they can't put a brake on it. They can't turn left, or they can't. And then the front cortex knows that they don't want to go there. Let's touch on this, and then we can wrap up the show.
Okay. Well, look, the reason why they're doing that is because they're programmed to do it. Right,
but once you become aware, it becomes a choice, right?
Yeah, it becomes a choice. It becomes a choice, but paradigms, your programming is very difficult to change. We're talking about years and years and years of programming, right? So if a person is an alcoholic, they know it's ruining their liver. They know it's ruining their relationships. They don't want the results that drinking the alcohol gives them, but they still go and do it.
Let's gambling. They head towards the casino crying I had a friend who was going to the casino crying with a pocket full of money, knowing that he's gonna walk out with no money.
Well, let's get into the solution to that, right?
What's the solution to that?
It's the same as being obese, right? You ever notice this?
Same.
Think about an obese person, right? They want to lose weight.
They got the craving though. That's a bit different.
No, but they take no. Same thing. They take all the chocolate. They take all the junk food out of the house. They get a personal trainer, right? The personal trainer gives them the meal plan.
Yeah.
Gives them the exercise plan. Gives them the accountability and says, look, if you follow this, you're gonna get in amazing shape, right? So on a conscious level, that person knows what to do to lose weight. Right. They know what to do, right? But then 2 days later, they go out with the friends to a restaurant. They see that cake. They know they shouldn't eat the cake. Yeah. They don't want the result that the cake's going to give them. Yeah. But they go out and eat it anyway. And then the friend turns around and goes, why did you just eat that cake? And they turn around and they go, I don't know. Well, you don't want the results that cake's going to give you, right? No. So why did you just do that?
So how do they know? That's where people need to understand how to shift. Me, I was addicted to the e-cigarette. Until I become fully aware that the e-cigarette got me addicted. I was in the morning, first thing in the morning, toilet, e-cigarette, scrolling. Brain went, dickhead. Boom. As soon as I become fully aware that it got hold of me, I launched it. And don't get me wrong, I had, even when I see someone smoking or something, I got that flowing, because we water in it 80%. We want to find the easy way down the hill. So my instinct is to just, because I'm aware now, I can say, no.
But you're doing that unconsciously, so you can't teach other people how to do it.
I don't know how.
You don't know how, right? Unconscious competent, right? You need to understand how. And this is what.
That's why I'm asking you.
No. I'll tell you, right? But this is
shouting at them, mate. You need to just
exactly.
Stop.
This is why I want to teach you this material as well. And have a conversation with you, because it's not just about you. It's about your kids. It's about when you see people in the sauna, you're gonna tell them how to change it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The reason is because we have something in our subconscious mind called a paradigm. Right. A paradigm is just lots of habits and ideas that are fixed in our subconscious mind. Right? Now, if we look at a person's behavior, think of a person that you live with. Just watch them. Yeah. Watch them. They do the same thing. We're creatures of habit. 95% of our behavior is habitual. When you wake up, we do the same thing. When we go to the gym, we do the same thing. We eat the same things. We get in the car the same way. We put the left shoe on before the right. We're creatures of habit.
Yes,
right?
we're.
Okay, so if a person is drinking alcohol, we know that's a habit. It's a habit that they don't want to be doing, right? But if we try and change the habit without changing the idea that's fixed in the subconscious mind, nothing will change, right? The most effective way to change your paradigm is through constant spaced repetition, right? Your subconscious mind was formed through repetition. It's going to be changed the same way. So what I recommended this person that we're talking about to do,
this person that we're talking about.
I said, okay, back to the law of opposites, right? Yeah. We're observing a result that you don't want. You get a plain piece of paper, you write down in all of its negativity this result. You know, I'm drinking, it's ruining my family. You know, the doctors have told me my liver's shut down. Yeah. You know, I don't want to be, so the doctor, you know, you get a plain piece of paper, you're observing a result that you don't want, right? Understand that result is an idea that's fixed in your subconscious mind. Don't take my word for it. Go and do your research on the subconscious mind. Right? We observe it, we write it down. Okay, I'm drinking heavily. It's ruining my marriage. It's ruining relationships. My doctors have told me that my liver's fucked. You know, it's shit. Okay?
And I don't want to do it, but I know there's a boxing match Friday, and I'm going to be definitely drinking. How'd you tell that to me? Right. In my mind, I'm thinking that's nuts.
It's nuts, but... This is why you got to understand this, bro, because he's programmed to do it. If you say that to him, he's going to go on no. So why are you going to go and drink? Why are you going to go and drink? I know, Why are you going to go and drink on Saturday? I don't know. Well, you know it's going to fuck you up, right?
Yeah, you're aware.
So why are you going to do it? I don't know. And this is why my material...
The problem is,
This is the problem, right? There's a big gap between what most people know and most people do. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step process that changes this, right? You get a plain piece of paper, you write down the result in all of its negativity, right? I'm drinking, it's ruining my relationship, I don't want to drink, it's making me feel shit. And then you write down your non-productive actions behind that. Okay, well, I'm saying yes to all of my friends that drink, all my friends around me drink. These are all non-productive actions, right? That's a result that you don't want. Understand there's a law of opposites, right? So we get another piece of paper. This is lesson 3 of my program, Game Changer. Well, not my program, Bob Proctor's program, which I facilitate, right?
Yeah.
We get another piece of paper. We write down the result in present tense that we want. So exactly what I told him today. I am so happy and grateful now that I am sober and my health is getting better and better every day. My relationship with my kids is flourishing and my wife is so proud of me, right? Then we get the old sheet of paper, the result that we don't want. We go outside, we get a lighter, and we literally burn it, right? Now, it's not going to get rid of the idea, but it's symbolic. We're letting it go.
It's like the baptism, you know, when you get into the water, you come out.
There we go.
He washes your sins.
So it's symbolic. We're letting it go. And as we burn it or we shred it, we close our eyes and we mentally release it. And then we see a picture of us with the end screen that we want. So maybe this is us watching a boxing fight. All your friends are around you and you're sat there with a big smile on your face with a nice clear bottle of water. Right? Powerful. Subconscious mind does not know if you're telling it the truth or you're lying to it. Very powerful. Then you've got this piece of paper with the result that you want. Now here's the illogical part. This is the part that doesn't make sense. You want to write that new result out 100 times every morning and 100 times every night. I'm doing this exactly today. I write mine out 100 times every single day. Now, your mind's probably going to say, I don't want to do that, right? But after a while, the old idea that was fixed in the subconscious mind that you're an alcoholic, that you're drinking, that it's going to lack nourishment because you're focused on this new result. And then soon that old idea gets taken out of the subconscious mind. This new idea gets fixed in your subconscious mind, controls your vibration, then your behavior changes, and then your results change. That's exactly how you change your paradigm.
Beautiful. I'm going to learn how to explain this to people because I feel like slapping them. When you're telling me I don't know, do you know what I mean? That's the difference between type people like me. Do you know what I mean? If I've got some...
Yeah, but that's not people like you. You can learn this because when our children come up to us and say things, we want to understand, we can show them. Like, if your children were in here or my children were in here, everything that I've said right now, they get it.
Yeah,
I can teach this to kids so easily.
I understood how to explain anxiety. That's what I mean. Because at the beginning, when I had my daughter coming to me saying, I feel this, I feel that. Me, raised as by communist parents.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. Do you know what I mean? There was no comfort. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not judging my parents because that's what the whole country was like.
100%.
Communists.
Yeah, but look at this, right? If we look at it, right, you'd have to go a long way back in your family tree to find out why you behave the way that you behave. You know, people that are on government, on benefits, they're 5th, 4th, 6th generation. The whole family was. If you look at people in prison, right, their dads were in prison, their granddads were in prison, right? We're literally programmed to behave the way that we behave. So I picked up on your language then, right? Your parents, you grew up with communists. So when you see a person and you want to help them and they're not listening, you just want to say, just crack on with it.
Crack on with it. What's wrong with you?
That's not you. That's your parents.
Yeah, but when they say to me, it's all to the point where they tell me, I know I'm drinking Friday, but I don't know why I do it. That's where my head blows up.
Because you don't understand the subconscious mind fully, Adrian.
I didn't understand it fully. That's why I've asked you.
Yeah.
And you articulated it pretty good. And I could feel why that would work. Because you can imagine burning that idea away.
Yeah.
On a piece of paper. Putting all the energy on a piece of paper. Burning it away. And then bringing this new picture in your head. And then taking it in. I understand now. And you articulate it pretty good for me to understand.
And you never want to.
Still, I have to practice it for me to fully get it, take it in.
Yeah, you never want to try and change more than one or two habits at a time because you'll change nothing.
Have you read that Atomic Habits?
I've not, but I've heard it's a great book.
Yeah,
one or two habits, and it's the fruit. You see, it's through repetition. You know, the same way we build, let's say a bicep. Yeah. You know, it's through repetition. You can't go in the gym and do one rep. It's through repetition. So when you write out the description of the person that you want to be,
Your brain
and you
keeps
do it
saying
every day, you're going to notice when you're not writing it and you're driving in your car, your mind's going to be saying automatically, I'm sober and
so that's
I'm
the
healthy.
reason behind writing it, just to repeat it in your mind.
Yeah, but no, because writing causes thinking.
Right.
Thinking triggers feelings.
Right.
Feelings produce actions, and actions produce results. So if a person's an alcoholic, right, and they're letting the outside world control what they think, they're thinking I'm an alcoholic. It's producing feelings of being an alcoholic, causes behaviors of an alcoholic, which produces those results. So we've got to ignore the outside world, right, and we've got to go inside and go, nope, I am sober and I'm doing amazing. That's going to cause you to feel sober and that you're doing amazing. It's going to cause you to behave like you're sober and doing amazing, which produces the result of being sober and amazing. It works like magic. Like, listen, you can do this with being sober, or you can do this with becoming, a multimillionaire and building a 7-figure company. Same thing. Universal laws, man. Powerful.
How interesting is this guy? 3 principles that are key for manifestation.
And why most people fail at upholding them.
Yeah, okay. Key number 1 is you got to have a clearly defined goal. That's the main one. The reason why people don't achieve anything is because they don't have a goal. And without a goal, you're never going to get to the destination, right? You want to set your goal really big as well. So in lesson 1 of Thinking into Results, we help you set a C-type goal. So we've got A-type goals, we've got B-type goals, and we've got C-type goals. An A-type goal is something that you know how to do. So let's say for me, if I set a goal how to make 30K in a month, I know how to do that, right? A B-type goal would be something that you think you can do. So if you had a great plan, maybe you could do 20% better in business, right? But the real purpose of a goal isn't to buy the watch, to buy the car. The real purpose of a goal is to grow. It's to grow in your level of awareness, to step into that new version of yourself, right? So if we're going after an A-type goal, which we know how to do, there's going to be no growth in that because we know how to do it. And the purpose of a goal is growth. If we're going after a B-type goal, this is something that we think we can do. There's no inspiration in that. So we get motivated, then we lose inspiration and we give up and we don't achieve the goal. So a C-type goal is, what do you really want? Not what do you think you can do or you know you can do. What would you really love to happen in your life, right? What we do is we get them to write down a shopping list of everything that they want. Forget about the how. Don't need to know how. If you had all the tools and resources, write down your shopping list. Pick one thing that you want more than anything off the shopping list and write it on a goal card and carry it everywhere with you. Make sure it's written in present tense. Another thing with manifestation as well, I'd say a big thing is not letting the outside world control the inside. That's a big thing. You've got to start thinking from the inside out. All successful people, right? We've been given 5 senses, right? We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch. And as long as we live in this physical body, we're going to need those senses to correspond with our outside world, right? But we can't let our outside world control our thinking. That's not really thinking. That's mental activity. 95 out of every 100 people don't think. Most people would rather die than think. Right? When we think because of something that the outside world tells us on the news or something, that's not thinking, that's mental activity. Thinking is when you create an idea for yourself, right? So what we've got to do is we've got to ignore the outside world. We're aware of it, but we don't let it control our thinking. So we have to think for ourselves. It's one of the most difficult things to do in the world is to think health while surrounded by illness, to think abundance while your outside world's telling you poverty, right? But it's got to be done if you want to change your results. Another thing as well is something that I learned from Bob Proctor is he learned it from Earl Nightingale on how to be productive. I'm very focused and very productive.
I love Earl. I read his book.
Earl Nightingale.
Yeah.
So that's where the lineage of
The Science of Getting Rich.
No, that's Wallace D. Wattles.
Wallace D. Yeah. Earl Nightingale is
Stranger's Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is.
So how cool is that? The first billionaire in the world was Andrew Carnegie.
Yeah.
He mentored Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Napoleon Hill mentored Earl Nightingale.
Yeah.
Earl Nightingale mentored Bob. And then Bob mentored me.
Was Bob mentored by Earl Nightingale?
So Bob, in I want to say the 60s, Bob was reading Think and Grow Rich, had a mentor, and he built before he got into this material, he built a cleaning company making millions, and he wanted to know what had changed. So he left the cleaning company and moved his whole family to Chicago
to
go and work for Earl the Nightingale and the Nightingale and Conant Foundation, which was Earl's company, and he took a salary of $18,000 a year, and he said, I would have paid them to let me work there.
Yeah.
I would have paid them to let me work there.
Because it is the information you get working with people above your level. It's and if you're working with them to pick and learn from them, it's
100%. So that's where the lineage comes from. Yeah. So when someone comes on my mentorship, you're getting over 160 plus years of the most successful people in the world that mentor you through me.
Yes.
What was it? A third one?
A third principle and why most people fail at upholding these.
A third principle would be, I made a decision to myself that I'll always have a mentor. I'll always have a mentor. I'll always have someone that's getting the results that I'm getting, and I'll do exactly what they tell me to do. I'm not going to do what they tell me to do up until I'm comfortable with it. I'm going to do exactly what they tell me to do, even if I agree with it or not. That's a big one. And accountability. You know, accountability is it's an insurance policy against failure. Anyone knows who's had a personal trainer, you know, and you know that personal trainer is going to be at that gym at 9 a.m. in the morning waiting for you to come in, you're way more likely to follow through with your commitments and your goals. And you really want to get around like-minded people who are going to encourage you to follow through with your commitments and your goals. You know, go to some opulent places in your town centre. You know, go and buy a nice suit, or you know, a nice pair of trousers, and get some aftershave, and go into these nice places where these, you know, positive goal achievers, wealthy people are. You don't have to spend money in there. You know, go
be around the energy.
Yeah, go and buy a £5 coffee, sit down and go and speak to these people. You know, I love helping people. These people that you see that are where you want to be, they want to help. And they'll love to. They love to talk.
They love to teach everybody. Yeah. I love to teach people because everything I know.
Yeah. It's in us. Yeah. We want to do that.
I like I said, we talked about gratitude and doing something you love. I think the reason why I'm so into this podcast thing is because I found something that I actually enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Without worrying about any income out of it. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't, like I said. So that's why I think it gets me a bit going and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm starting to understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you got to love what you do. And look, anything you can monetize. You know, if you like picking up dog shit and you're really passionate about it, you can make multi-millions a year from picking up dog shit. If you like flowers and you're really passionate about it, I always say, what would you do for free? What do you love to do? Because that's what you're going to get good at. You know, I work all day and it does not feel like work.
That's why when I say I do work 12 hours a day, that don't mean I'm constantly stressing.
Yeah.
I work 12 hours because my brain doesn't stop. I'm chopping some onions to make some food. My brain's thinking. I class it as work. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you gotta love it. If you love,
that's what I mean when I say I work 12 hours a day. I'm not there stressing, panicking, sweating. Do you know what I mean? I'm constantly thinking, writing idea. Oh, right, tomorrow I might have to get this done as well. It just comes to me, so I put it back on. That's my little ideas.
I'm with you. No, some days I work like 2 hours, but that's like,
but then it becomes an addiction because I can't switch off. So then it can be. The beauty is to be able to switch off whenever you want to switch off and be present with the family.
100%. But when you
kind of struggle with that.
Bob taught me something. He said, when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Remember, before I became a consultant for Bob's company, like I was good. Like I was making $18K a month. Like I was good.
Did they have to worry about anything else?
Not really, but I got into this because I kept hearing Bob in my head. What would you love to do? What would you do for free? I would do this for free. The only reason I charge people for
because obviously you got to live. You got to live.
Yeah, it's not even about living. It's what I found is
valuable as well.
If a person doesn't pay, they don't pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the good things. And then obviously you sell value to them. So
100%.
What goes around should come back around. So
100%.
I think people like you that change people's lives and people really come to you and want to listen. Mm-hmm. You deserve what's yours.
For sure. For sure, man.
The same I deserve for my services. He deserves for his. I mean, everyone needs to
for sure
be in the dance. But yeah, thank you very much. We've done an hour
pleasure.
and 30 minutes. I'm going to cut this into 2 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. Because obviously I know people's attention span's not amazing. And you can watch in 2 episodes. I think it's going to be a very valuable educational podcast. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Fact check everything if you like. Do your own research. This is just guys talking about our journey and whatever we've learned down the course of our lives. Mm-hmm. So don't class this as a lecture in the university or whatever, but it could be even better. But yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah.
We close off.
And don't no. Last thing, reach out to him. Believe me, if you find that this is you, and you could need a mentor or you could benefit from his courses, I think is the next big thing. He's only young now, but
Thank you.
I think in 10 years with the momentum that he's got right now, I think you'll see him all over YouTube, all over everywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you very much for coming. We on.
My pleasure.
Yeah, let me shake your hand.
My pleasure.